What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Coach J, y'all, Mr. DGB in the building. Gang. Hey, we are back. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back and I got a very special guest for all of you all. I guarantee you want to hear what he has to say. I used to go to school with this guy. I used to see him in the hallways. We weren't really friends or anything, but I always would see him, and it would just be like a mutual respect of what's up, y'all? Woo, woo, woo. This man then played basketball for high school with Largo. Did you play college ball?
I did.
He played college ball. He gonna tell us where he played that, and now he's a successful, from at least on my end, businessman. Got the whole DMV plan in his league. That's right, I said it. His league. Let's all give it up for my man, Mr. Robert Petis. What's up, baby? Usually the crowd would have been like at that moment, but we
not anymore.
I got you. I know. So yeah, I know I just introduced your name, but just for the people who didn't hear me or like want to hear you say, can you give everybody like your name and your age and where you from? Too much? Okay. Look, just flow with it. I just wanted you to flow with it.
Yeah, I got you. Now, my name is Robert Petis. Shoot, what else you want? What else you want to know? CEO and founder of Pitt Sports, also CEO and founder of the Pitts League. Former Largo High School varsity girls coach. Former.
Okay, moving on to big things.
No, just relax from coaching.
Oh, okay. Oh, we did have that talk. You're right. You're right. You told me. Okay, that's a bet. So how old are you?
33.
33.
Yeah,
Got your own business.
Long time.
How long you been doing the Pits?
The league has been going on for 11 years. My nonprofit just hit 8 years on Halloween.
Okay, that's awesome. Longevity.
Yeah.
I understand you've had quite a few celebrity hoopers come through. Do you feel like giving out some names?
I wouldn't say celebrities. I mean, they're friends, they're peers,
Okay, all right, you right. I get where you coming from. So for those who believe those people are celebrities,
they're not really celebrities. They're regular people just like you and me and them. You know what I mean? Like I said, they just have a higher stature. They just made it. Their dreams come true. So I mean, so you have Quinn Cook, Kevin Durant,
champions,
Mike Beasley,
Mason
Nolan
B.
Smith,
Okay, dude.
Navarro Bowman.
Okay, facts.
Sam Young, a host of others that have played, So
That's awesome.
just a few.
Just a few.
Just a few from around the way, guys.
Okay, I understand. You know, they all cool. They friends. So
DeMar Johnson, Baby Shaq.
Can't forget Baby Shaq. Can't forget. Okay, all right, brother. All right, you try to. That's a nice circle of friends. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, the basketball community is small. It brings
is.
everybody together. So
that's
like
a fact.
I said, now the kids now they have their select friends and everybody say, look, I know Zion Williamson. I know, all these, all the up and coming guys.
Well, been around basketball as long as you have and seeing the different levels of not only young children but also professional men and women. What has the Pitts League done for the community in that aspect?
I think in the past it gave the community a chance to see NBA players in a capacity that they weren't able to. Over the time, the Wizards have kind of given back to the community where it's affordable for children to go to the games and are able to play on the court. But just when we first started, it wasn't a thing. So, when you have your Kevin Durant, so you have your Victor Oladipo's, you have your Quinn Cooks just in, or shoot, at one point we had DeMarcus Cousins just, right before he got drafted, he was just sitting in the stands watching the Pitts game. You know what I mean? So it's just like having these players, these celebrities, as the kids call them, in arm reach, so they can see its reality. When we were growing up, we rarely saw NBA players that we could touch without security or just like I said, it wasn't social media. Like I said, they weren't able to be reached.
Right.
Now they're at arm's length without security. They talk to the kids. They play with the kids. They befriend some of the kids. You know what I mean? They have their phone numbers, Instagrams. Like they follow them back. So it's like it's a little bit more. So like at the time we were us and the Goodman and the Kenner League were kind of the only platforms that were able to allow the younger kids to see these NBA players or college professionals.
So in a sense, you gave the community hope.
Yeah,
like that kind of. That's what I get
would
from
say.
that.
Just hope and.
Because it's different when I get to see somebody up close where I want to go.
Yeah, just like I say, reassurance that it's possible. Like I say, it's hard for, say, in the music industry. A lot of our musicians don't come back or they leave once they that's just it's every state, but especially here it's like we have a handful of musicians that get out of here but they don't come back. They may come back every blue moon, but you aren't able to reach them. They come for a club appearance, but it's like NBA players, they come and they're going to be in a gym near you. They're going to be at your First Baptist. They're going to be at your Athletic Republics. They're going to be at your Pickup USAs. They're going to be at your Glen Arden rec centers. Like they're going to be at your neighborhood rec centers just trying to work out, your Largo high schools, so they're able to be accessed way more easier than a musician would be, you know what I mean? So I think just being a former player, it was and my connections with them and knowing them, it was just a little bit easier to have them feel like they could come play in the league and not be harassed and still be able to give back to the community. After the games they would stick around and talk to the kids or sign autographs or and just actually, do something that they weren't able to see when they were growing up. So, kind of like say, kind of give hope to the kids, just to being there for them.
Got you. And like, okay, did you ever have a breaking point like where you wanted to quit?
All the time.
Really? Can you elaborate on that?
Let me try to be politically correct. Yeah, there are there are a bunch of behind the scenes stuff that that makes you want to quit. The county sometimes there have been other leagues that have been greedy and money grabbers and stuff like that. So they don't pay their tabs. They make money. They kind of give a facade that leagues and tournaments are $1 million ventures, $100,000 ventures, and they don't really
understand the gravity.
That not even that they don't make it any better for anybody that's doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I would say that just for my nonprofit as well. It's the same thing. Anything that's run by a young black man or anything that's run by black people, it's a negative stereotype in some shape, way, or form. Where it's about the money. It's about this. It's about that. So when you have people spewing negativity about your name, about you stealing, you doing this, your league's too much, boom, boom, boom. But then all that money goes towards other ventures for other kids and other people. It's just like, okay, do I really want to keep having people tarnish my name? You know what I mean? But it's once it's over with, and then you're able to get to your back to school drives or your Thanksgiving or your Christmas, and you see smiles on kids' faces. It's like, oh, all right, this is why I do it. I don't care if y'all talk bad about me. I know what this money is going towards. I know what my long-term goal is with the league, and and trying to incorporate with my nonprofit is it's like I say, hope. That's the word, hope.
I'm sorry. I just be trying to figure out, like, why is it a person's thing to know what another man makes financially? Like, if you're not putting, how you gonna say my league is too much, and I'm giving y'all what's not being given in other leagues? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's the crabber mentality. If I didn't come up with it,
okay,
if I didn't come up with it, or if I'm not getting a hookup, I'm not gonna support you.
Is that a reason why you think the musicians don't come back?
Oh yeah.
'Cause we,
I mean, sure. Like I say, as you see, last weekend when a young man got killed in Atlanta, he left Chicago for stuff like that.
mm-hmm,
So to me, just hate anywhere. You know what I mean? Like all artists, all just anybody of any that has any success, they leave this area. But I won't be one of them people. You know what I mean? Like I say, if I do, it'd be just for business. But this is always home. I always come back. Like anything I do will always be here. But I will always go out to venture different places to learn different things, educate myself about other communities and other things, and trying to bring my area to those other states, other places. But like I said, this will always be home based, no matter what. Even if I do leave for a long period of time, I'm learning something about how to greater what I'm trying to do here. Because a lot of other places they have a lot of good stuff going without the negativity. Well, not the major negativity.
Right.
Like I say, but here it's just rough.
Okay. That's very unfortunate because we do have a lot of talent here. Sports, music, all kind of things. Question for you. How would you, how would you motivate a kid that wants to make it to the NBA? Okay, maybe you're not supposed to motivate them. They should want to motivate themselves, but like words of advice. What advice would you give a kid who has the dream to make it to the NBA? Not high school, not college, not overseas. NBA. What do you tell that? What do you tell that child? You need. It's all you. I ain't gonna give you no that.
Basketball isn't fun.
Basketball.
Basketball isn't fun. It's a business.
Okay.
You have to practice. To practice, you have to practice on your weaknesses, not just your strengths. Like you're going to struggle. You're going to cry. You're going to blood, sweat, and tears. Like if you really want it, you have to give it your all. Like I say, I don't care if you don't like it. If you want to get to the NBA, you have to understand the first step that it's a business, because that's where you want to get to. So we have to learn the business first, and then understand that it's not fun. Like it's not fun trying to get to the NBA. It's fun playing,
going through the process,
but it's not fun trying to get there. Like when you have to practice twice a day, 3 times a day, and I didn't say work out, I said practice. Like you have to practice. Like you have to get up at 5 a.m. Like if I tell you right now, you gotta get up at 5 a.m. Then you gotta go to class. Then you gotta go to weight room. Then you got individual workouts, and then you have practice again at 7 p.m.
Oh, okay, you're doing 2 a day.
Yeah, two days. You know what I mean? Like so, like that. Like you like it's not fun, but to get to that point, like you have those players who put in that work. So we've known a lot of guys who were good growing up, but then they peaked at this point. But we know some guys who have always had that work ethic who have made it farther than we thought they would. So I mean, the first thing is understand that basketball isn't fun.
Okay, not fun.
It's not.
If you're trying to make it.
If you're not trying, yeah, I'm saying the process is fun and everything, but there are some lonely nights. There are some headaches. There are some losses. There are some injuries. There are some. You're gonna get tired. You're going. You're not gonna want to get up. You know what I mean? Like
that's a fact.
There's a bunch of stuff that you can do to get there that you're not going to see what this person did, what that person did. So you got to understand that the process is very tedious, and you have to do stuff over and over again to perfect what you want to do. Like James Harden and Steph Curry perfected shooting from half court. That step back, being a 4-point specialist. You know what I mean? Like not 3-point, 4-point specialist, meaning shooting the 3 and getting a foul. That takes practice. Like actually coming from half court and shooting it with no problem. Takes practice.
It's effortless.
Yeah, it's effortless. You know what I mean? Like I say, if you've seen Kevin do his warm up, he does the pirouette. But he does that in the game. That's like coming off a screen and turning it and just shooting. You know what I mean? Like it's you got to practice the dumb stuff that you think is dumb, and you got to practice it.
Details are important. Details are everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. It seems that we all have our different definitions of this word, grind. And I hear a lot of people say grind. You know, I believe in grind, but I don't, like, what is your definition of grinding? When you say I'm grinding, what does that mean to you?
I'm going to work to get my goal, no matter what. I'm going to make sure that I do the necessary things to get it done. So I'm going to grind no matter how hard I got to do it. I'm going to make sure that I have to reach my goals. So I got to find a way through all obstacles to get to where I need to go.
Kids, do you hear that? I got to work through all obstacles to get to where I want. Okay? Not just sometimes, not just Saturday and Sunday, not just Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's every day. It's a process every day. You can't take a day off if that is your goal. I just wanted to throw that out there, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's talk about your nonprofit, man. How does that work? What you doing? Where you at with it? Like, talk to me.
My nonprofit is called Pit Sports. It stands for Positive Innovation to Succeed. Like I said, everybody thinks Pitt stands for my name. It has nothing to do with my name. Like, have no clue. The acronyms just, I mean, it just, everything just seems like it relates to me. It has nothing to do with my name. Like, nowhere near it. Okay. Whenever I say the Pitts League, it stands for Pitt. That's not my league. It just stands for my, my nonprofit. Like I say, basketball is what gets everybody in this community. So that's my fishing rod to get everybody, but my nonprofit is basically teaching kids the bigger picture of sports, not just playing, but everything outside of sports. So, being a statistician, media, coach, trainer, just all the aspects of inside a referee. Like I said, there are so many avenues inside sports that can make you that millionaire. Because that's the only reason why everybody wants to play sports. Is be rich.
Right.
But longevity is not in sports because we get hurt. Our body gets wear and tear. You know what I mean? Like I say, LeBron's going his 18th year.
We're taught.
We
can't use.
But he spends $1 million on his body.
Yeah, but.
And I'm saying,
he anomaly.
It is.
He Jay-Z with it.
You're right, but he takes the proper precautions on how to stay healthy. Like I say, an average NBA career is 7 years. Average. It's actually 7. You have some that long, but a superstar that's going full speed all the time, 7 years the max you're going to get a good career out of somebody.
And he already doubled it.
Exactly. So it's basically just, I just want to teach kids everything after that. Like I say, because we know these. One of our teammates could be the next LeBron James. Mm-hmm. So what he did was he put his best friends, his teammates, everybody in place to be millionaires. So just trying to open up everyone's mind and the kids' minds that it's bigger than just bouncing the ball. Because once LeBron's done, he'll have everything cornered, from education, from business to marketing to everything. But his friends also did it, right?
They ain't just give them. He ain't just give it to them. I'm gonna set this up for you, but you got to do A, B, C, D.
Yeah, but they were receptive to it, and they knew what avenues they needed to go ahead of time. They already knew. We aren't taught what other areas there are in sports besides just playing, commentary, media. That's pretty much it.
Everything.
That's what I'm saying. And grad assistants and coaching, but it's very rare that you go from playing to going to college and then going straight to an internship in the NBA. You go from college to being a grad assistant to being an assistant coach, but your goal was always to go to the NBA.
So I got you. So you still made it. You just in a different aspect.
But again, at the end of the day, what's going to happen is your lifespan is longer than an NBA player, because unfortunately, if you get hurt, now you have to work. Now you have to audition to do these other jobs. If I've already made those connections in college and I interned here and now I intern for the Wizards in this capacity, I get fired, I can go to another company. I can go to another team. Once I blow my knee out, I have to retrain myself to be a citizen, an actual person.
Right? Got
you. Know what I mean? So my nonprofit is basically teaching the kids the bigger spectrum of all that stuff.
Everything.
So with that, we do mentorship with with high school kids, elementary school kids. So with me coaching at Largo for so long, for over 11 years, a lot of my kids, I mentor them and I put them in different jobs and stuff that they want to do, and if it's in basketball, if it's in training, if it's in hair, nursing, it's so I can just point them internships or just different jobs of people that I know in these fields where they can do it. But again, their goal is to still be around basketball. Okay, so all of these jobs can keep you around sports. And I want you to know what they are while you're playing, so you can,
have an understanding. Got you. Where do you see the Pits League? Well, where do you see the Pits in 5 years?
I have no idea. I mean, I didn't see myself being at Athletic Republic this year. I didn't see myself playing this year.
You played?
Yeah.
I missed that.
No. The league played.
I was about to say.
No. I didn't play. No.
I was about to say what?
No. The league play. I don't.
Oh, here it comes, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Here comes the modesty.
What? I retired. I'm done. I don't play basketball anymore. Yeah, I didn't see the league playing at all this year. But just hearing and seeing a lot of my my peers and my friends kind of deal with mental health issues that we don't know that we really deal with when there's no basketball, there's no sports being played. Like it was really a thing where it's like, if we didn't play basketball, this place would have, like, who knows what would happen. Like I say, the one-on-ones happened. The one-on-ones it helped. It helped a lot of people, but one-on-ones don't help as much as 5-on-5, because you kind of, I don't know, it's a little different. It's a team thing.
One-on-one is more of
a me. Yeah, but it's just like that accomplishment of having I want to win a championship I have a goal. You know what I mean? I say, the one-on-ones you have, you have your money, whatever, that's the goal there. But I don't know, it's just something about team competition that that makes everybody a little bit better.
Well, you're right. But the one-on-ones, a lot of people, if it's the right matchup, want to see that matchup.
But a lot of people can't play one-on-one.
Well, get the people that can.
A lot of people that we think can't play one-on-one. They can play one-on-one ISO in a 5-on-5 game, but they can't play one-on-one.
Oh, you talking about three dribbles? You talking about the 3 dribbles? Okay, got you.
And that's kind of what, out of all the games we've seen, a lot of those guys we thought they could play one-on-one, were either out of shape,
right?
They weren't mentally ready yet, or they just can't play one-on-one at all. Versus when playing 5-on-5 and you do ISO clear out, they gonna burn you up all day, in some shape or form, because you gotta think about it. Once I get the ISO and I get past you, it's another defender. I'm gonna get a foul call.
Right.
But
so how important is 3 dribbles to get your whatever off? 3 dribbles or less. How important? 2 questions. How important is it, and how often should kids work on it?
It's very important. But the thing with 3 dribbles, you got to create separation.
Right.
The goal of one-on-one in basketball is getting to the basket, trying to score. So you need to make sure you're getting to where you need to get to in 3 dribbles. Understand that one dribble that you're going to go boom, that's a terrible move.
Because if it's a between the leg for no reason, yeah, you're right.
But again, a lot of people's first dribble as kids is boom, and then I'm going to make that move that way. Right. That's not a good move. Your first move is your jab. So that's why we do. That's why you practice the fundamentals. When I say basketball is boring, the fundamental of catching the ball is triple threat, pump fake, jab.
And the fundamentals have disappeared from our game.
Exactly. So like I say 3 dribbles. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give you. Before I catch the ball, I'm going to jab, see where you're going to go, and then I'm going to make my move and get the 3 dribbles.
It's effective. I think it's more effective if you're able to shoot.
No, that too.
That's the start. All right, you have to press up on me now. Now we could finagle some things.
And also a one-on-one is you got to have a win. You saw people got gas.
Yeah, I was trying to get out there, but I couldn't get my matchup in time. Plus, I had an injury. I was like, yo, why are they so tired? I thought this is what you did. I thought this is how you.
But again, it's what people used to do when they played 5-on-5 all the time. Like I said, people really weren't ready to jump out there. And like I said, I blame Quinn and Jimmy for that. When that movie came out and Quinn started his live and his one-on-ones, people really weren't ready for that because people was already sitting in the house for almost 3 months already, not working out, not playing 5-on-5, and you had people who said, "I'm gonna get in my bag," and they've been sitting.
Right. So you took it to So you went to a deeper level of thinking. With that, because I guarantee you,
one-on-one is pride. One-on-one is pride. So, like I say, I talk to Boo every day. Boo said, "I'm not playing one-on-one because I'm not in shape. I am not in shape. I'm not going to play anybody because if I lose, they're going to say I beat Super Boo."
Because he has a name. What about for pride? For sheer just no. What about for culture? For the culture of the game.
Man, that's ain't no culture. It's marketing. It's for other people's pride and other people. Like I said, it's not for the culture. For the culture, it means like it's not for me. It's for everybody else. So I'm doing it for the culture because I want to please everybody else. It's not for me. What is the culture doing for me?
That's a good thing. Okay. All right. That's a good way of looking at it. What is the culture doing for me? Okay.
So I lose. The culture's going to do what? They're going to bash me. They're going, "Oh, you sorry. You a bum. You this and that." Okay. Where's the culture? What culture? What culture is this? What culture do we speak of when we say it's for the culture? What culture is that?
I guess you would have to take it to the streets. That would be more of a street ball thing.
That culture is the crab pot culture mentality. That's the culture because that's what we're doing. We're pulling each other down either way. Win or lose, we're going to pull each other down.
For the one-on-ones. Are we still talking about the one-on-ones?
For anything. 5-on-5s too. For the culture. What is
for the culture?
Okay.
Now
Let's define for the culture. For the culture is for the streets. Okay. So what's for the streets? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too deep in things, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta act. Right. I said, like we say for the culture, but what is really for the culture? As you said, it's for street ball, so it's for the streets. So what is for the streets? A lot of suburb people, because I'm not from the hood. I'm from the suburbs. I'm from Largo. So for a lot of us that live in the suburbs, we're not from the streets, but we play street ball. So we know how to cut that light switch on and off. Some of us. But a lot of us pretend that we want to be for the culture, want to be with the culture. No, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring everything that I've learned from playing basketball in the streets and college and in the suburbs, and just bring it all into one and mix basketball together. So, like I say, if somebody can honestly tell me what for the culture means, the actual definition of it,
Or if there is.
If there is a definition of it,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a catchy phrase. It's cool. Like, I understand. But but again, if I'm playing one-on-one for the culture, there's a winner, there's a loser.
Mhm.
If I lose,
What's the message?
you're going to pull me down because you're going to talk bad about me. If I lose online, if I lose, you're going to talk bad about me the whole time, and you're going to basically pull me down the barrel back into a mental drain, depression, et cetera, because I just lost in front of all these people, but I wanted to do it for them, but ain't nobody be like, dang, that was good. Hey, so we need to do a rematch.
Okay, I hear you. Basketball comes with that type of gestures.
Agreed.
Right? So if you don't come to show up and play, you gonna get talked about. But if you know that beforehand and you still wanna get to where you wanna get to with basketball, I will consider that for the coach. So the things that come with basketball, positive and negative, I consider that the culture. Now, there's different areas. Street ball, you got your suburban, you got high school, you got college. You got different avenues.
I agree.
Right? I guess it all depends on your why. What's your purpose? Right? If I'm not affected of losing and people talking about me, then I would still consider it to be for the culture. Because I don't feel any, like, this is what comes with it. This is part of the game. This is why I love it. I love that feel. Now, what's a better feeling? You lose, get talked about, then come back and destroy somebody.
But guess what happens, right? If you don't get that matchup, if you don't get a matchup again, and there's no 5-on-5 basketball, what you got to think about?
YouTube,
You're going to see yourself all over social media for losing one game, and that's depressing.
So okay, now depressing. Okay, you know what? Look, we gonna have to make this a part 2 because he went deep and I was.
That's kind of where the target came. Where I'm going back on for the league part. You know what I mean?
Right.
We say we're league is in 5 years. I don't know. Because we're in different times and different things, so much stuff has happened where you had to use the 1-on-1s and the 5-on-5s, but to combat the 1-on-1s was only good for so long. You had people that were fiending for the 5-on-5s, and now they're able to combat both. Like, I lose in the 1-on-1s, but I come back and win the championship in the 5-on-5, so I got something to brag about.
So now we got brag. Okay, you know what?
Bragging rights.
Let's table it here. Because we do have to wrap it up.
Good to go.
But I definitely want to have a part 2 with you so we can really get into the definition of these words that's being spewed out.
I would love to. I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, like I said, I'm here for the culture, here for the streets. I mean, I really want to know, how does it work for us? You know what I mean? Like,
how does it work for us? Where can the people follow you at?
You can follow me at the Petis League on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter, and Pitt Sports on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I think it's Pits_Sports Inc. The Petis League is the Petis League 1T in Pitts. And yeah, that's it. Those two.
All right. Well, that will wrap up today's segment of Dream, Grind, Believe. I'm here, your host, Coach JR. Thank you, my man,
No problem.
Coach Petis. We'll be back with more. Stay right there.